The Supreme Court begins its fall term Monday. There's going to be a renewed focus on prior rulings and a more substantive review of President Trump's sweeping executive agenda. Senior national correspondent Rich Edson has our preview tonight. Hi, Rich.
Good morning. Good afternoon, Jillian. It's almost the first Monday in October when the Supreme Court traditionally begins its new term. This one will set up major decisions on gender identity, election redistricting, gun rights, and free speech. Much of this term centers around whether the Trump administration has pushed presidential power too far.
A big fraction of the Supreme Court's docket will present the question, can President Trump do fill in the blank? And that could be impose tariffs, fire board members, remove illegal aliens, send the military into Los Angeles. And the Supreme Court this term is going to be telling us whether he's exceeded those limits.
Now, the justices have overturned about 24 preliminary nationwide injunctions that lower federal courts have issued. That let controversial administration policies stand temporarily. Now the justices will decide these issues on their merits, potentially upending the administration's economic policy and settling whether the president can fire members of independent agencies or the Federal Reserve. These decisions are expected by June and will have a major impact on what all presidents can do.
We're not deciding cases based on the president, as in the current occupant of the office. We're deciding cases about the presidency. So we're taking each case and we're looking at the question of presidential power as it comes.
The more liberal justices have criticized the court allowing these Trump policies to continue before deciding the merits of the case. Justice Sonia Sotomayor issued this condemnation without mentioning Trump by name.
Do we understand what the difference is between a king and a president? All right. And I think if people understood these things from the beginning, they would be more informed as to what would be important in a democracy in terms of what people can or should not do.
The justices are still adding cases to their docket. It may also take on issues like same-sex marriage and communal school prayer. Jillian?
Rich, the Supreme Court tonight, it seems, has just overturned another federal court ruling on a major administration policy. What can you tell us?
That's right. The justices have given the Trump administration the go-ahead to revoke deportation protections for hundreds of thousands of Venezuelan migrants. What's called temporary protected status allows migrants to live and work in the United States. This is a temporary ruling while the case makes its way through the federal court system. A lower court judge had ruled the administration lacked the authority to end the protected status given to those migrants under the Biden administration. Justices Sotomayor, Kagan, and Jackson dissented. Jillian.
All right, Rich Edson here in the D.C. newsroom for us tonight. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.